previously on the LCS.
Hello and welcome to the North American League Championship Series.
Benny's doing a great job on a 3-damage AoE. Call the Meek, Tiamat damage coming out. They are crushing down CLG. And it may happen. Oh, the turret gets a hit. There's the body slam. Oh my God! The quadra kill for Yellow Meat. 7-0-7, and they're all giving him a pat on the back.
Oh, you stole the
EG taking down Curse in 44 minutes. Sneaky very low. No flash, no ignite. No, he just uses it all. Tall Turtles, Peacemaker. First blood on the long range. Meteo's coming in from the backside. Can he get there? Goes down to the blink of an eye.
Ezreal!
Nice. An amazing game, Team Solo Mid. Going to take sole possession of first place. 7-1 now in the spring split. Welcome to week 4 of the North American League Championship Series Spring Split. We're coming to you live in front of this pumped up audience from our studios in the Golden State of California. Hello everyone, I'm Rivington Bislin III, and with me is Sam Kobe Hartman-Kensler. How you doing today, Kobe?
I'm doing great, Riv. Ready to get into today's action.
And we've got 4 more epic matchups for our viewing pleasure today.
All right, we're going to kick it off with a fired-up Meteos and Cloud9 versus Zuna and XDG.
But first, we have to take a look at the latest from around the LCS. Our top story is the undisputed leader of the NALCS, Team Solo Mid. They defeated Cloud9, claiming first place all for themselves.
And I really did get a sense from my interview with Reginald before the game, the personal investment that he had in that victory. Their first win after 8 straight losses to Cloud9. And for all the TSM fans out there, things are really looking good because the MVP for the first 3 weeks of the LCS came from TSM, which just shows what a core of talent they are bringing to the games.
Yep, and big news for Curse this week with the announcement that St. Vicious is returning to the lineup, replacing Zken at support.
So St. Vicious saw Chowster and Hotshot coming back and was like, man, I want to play too. They're having all the fun now. Saint has jumped back in the role, and in true CLG mentality fashion, you know, he's actually switching roles too.
Yeah,
and he's going to go
absolutely.
to the support role. He's been practicing it in solo queue. We'll have to see if that actually translates to LCS play.
All right, we turn to a team of constant change. CLG shuffling their lineup last week, adding Chowster to take over the mid lane for Hotshot GG.
And they had a fair bit of success winning 2 of those 3 games. But if they hope to bring the shuffling to an end here, you know, they're going to have to bring over Dexter for real. They think they have him here, and they're finally going to lock in an actual jungle main for the jungle role for CLG here. Dexter's going to be playing jungle. Link's going back to mid lane.
It will be the day. Finally, the return of Dignitas. They're back in action with a busy 3-game schedule this weekend.
They're currently sitting in 3rd place after 5 straight wins, and they have to be hoping that their bye week did not cool off their hot streak and they can keep it going.
Right, now let's check out with the hashtag taking Twitter by storm, hashtag LCS Big Plays. And here is the top play coming out of EU's Week 4 action.
All right, first up we have at Billy Burns X. He tweets, move aside Edward. Mixa is in the new Indiana Jones. It's a hook from Mixa on Alex Each by the Wolfcant. Super Hot Crew versus Gambit.
Genja taken low. Mook's going to try and put the damage on towards him. Mr. Rallis follows through. Gets himself the kill on Genja. Alex Itch coming around the side, but look at Mooks. He's found Edward and Diamond. They're in no man's land. They're going to turn back on Alex Itch. He's taken low. The death sentence. Oh! Beautifully done from Mixer.
Even the pros were tweeting about that when it happened. So remember, everyone, send your highlights from today's matches to @LOL Esports and use the hashtag LCS Big Plays.
We will be serving up your favorite moments tomorrow.
Yep. Let's see how that play affected the EU standings after Week 4.
So, going 0-2 this week, Fnatic falls into a 3-way tie for first with Gambit and Rokat. Rokat's support, Vander, also took home the EU MVP.
And then it's a 4-way tie for 4th place. The Alliance, Copenhagen Wolves, SK Gaming, and Super Hot Crew, each of them sitting at 4 and 6. Now, here is a look at how the NA teams stack up coming into Week 4, starting with Team Solo Mid, sitting in first with 7 wins, 1 loss. Then it's Cloud9 hot on their heels in second.
In third, it's Team Dignitas, who will be looking to continue their winning streak. CLG holds 4th place with 4 wins and 5 losses. And then it's a tie for 5th with Curse and Evil Geniuses.
And we have another tie for 7th with Coast and XDG, each with 2 wins and 6 losses. And looking at today's schedule, it is going to be starting with Cloud9 versus XDG. Back from their bye week, then it is Team Dignitas looking for their 6th straight victory when they face off against Coast.
Then Pobelter and Evil Geniuses will challenge the powerhouse Bjergsen and TSM. And we conclude today's LCS action with Curse versus Dignitas.
And that will be it for LCS, but stay tuned for the North American Challenger Series semifinal action with NK Inc. and Skyline taking on Ackerman and LMQ in a best-of-3 showdown. Remember, you can get the entire season schedule and more at lolesports.com. There you can find the most up-to-date news and analysis, interviews with your favorite players, stats, box scores, and every NALCS game we've broadcast this season.
And be sure to reserve your spot in our studio audience to get all the full North American LCS experience. We also have a couple of big events coming up that you're going to want to know about.
That's right. Tickets are still available for the NA Challenger Series finals on February 16th. And immediately following our LCS games on February 22nd and the 23rd, we will be hosting the North American Collegiate Championship.
More information is available on lolesports.com. To get all the details, just click on the tickets link.
Yep. And let us know who you think will take today's games as well. Click on matches at the top right, go to week 4, and lock in your vote. And to help you make predictions, let's take a look at the 5 players we're going to be keeping an eye on this weekend. Top of the list, it is TSM's Xpecial. Strong engages, critical to securing their first ever win against Cloud9 and ending the week in sole possession of first place with them plays.
Then we've got I'm a Cutie Pie, who's been a force for Dignitas. He's 3rd in the league in kills and 2nd in kills per game.
Next, we got to be looking at Voyboy to see how he does in the mid lane for Curse. Sick last weekend, ended up giving first blood in the game versus Evil Geniuses. We'll have to see if he's back to full HP this week.
And of course, I'm going to be keeping my eye on St. Vicious with his return to a competitive play here. He is going to be in the support role this time, and he has played a lot in solo queue. We'll have to see how that translates to competitive play.
And we finally will have to be watching how Link does in the mid lane. He's been in the jungle for a month. We're eager to see if he can compete against some of the mid lane heavies when CLG returns to action tomorrow. So we've told you who we are going to be watching. Now let's throw it across the studio to